What were the major failures of the Yugoslav People's Army? What were the major failures of the Yugoslav People's Army? This question takes us back to the tumultuous period of the Yugoslav Wars in the 1990s. The Yugoslav People's Army, known as the JNA, played a significant role during this time. However, it faced several notable failures that contributed to the disintegration of Yugoslavia and the rise of ethnic conflicts in Southeast Europe. First, the JNA struggled to maintain unity and control. Initially, it served as the military force of a multi-ethnic socialist federation. But as tensions grew, the army began to align more with Serbian nationalist interests. This shift alienated non-Serb officers and soldiers, leading to desertions and a loss of cohesion. Instead of being a neutral federal army, the JNA became a tool for Serbian expansionism, which damaged its legitimacy in other republics. Next, the JNA faced ineffective military campaigns and suffered heavy losses. Despite its size and resources, it failed to achieve decisive victories in key conflicts. For instance, during the siege of Vukovar in Croatia, the JNA technically won but at a high cost, losing many troops and equipment. The prolonged conflict drained resources and morale. The army could not prevent the secession of Slovenia and Croatia, exposing weaknesses in its planning and execution. The JNA also struggled with its inability to prevent ethnic violence and war crimes. It was implicated in or failed to stop widespread ethnic cleansing and atrocities committed by Serbian paramilitary groups. The failure to control these groups severely damaged the army's reputation and led to international condemnation. Incidents like the massacre of hospital patients in Vukovar highlighted the army's failure to protect civilians. Moreover, the JNA leadership made political and strategic miscalculations. They underestimated the strength of nationalist movements in Croatia, Slovenia, and Bosnia-Herzegovina. Their strategy of using overwhelming force backfired, leading to international isolation and sanctions. The JNA also failed to adapt to guerrilla tactics, which favored irregular forces over conventional military operations. As the conflict escalated, the JNA faced increasing diplomatic isolation and economic sanctions. Its association with Serbian nationalist policies and war crimes led many international actors to label it as an aggressor. This isolation limited the army's ability to procure arms and maintain operational effectiveness. By the mid-1990s, the JNA effectively ceased to exist as a federal army. It transformed into the Army of the Federal Republic of Yugoslavia, which included Serbia and Montenegro. This change marked the loss of its multi-ethnic character, becoming a national rather than a federal force. This transformation was a clear failure of the JNA to preserve Yugoslavia's unity or serve as a stabilizing institution in Southeast Europe. In summary, the failures of the Yugoslav People's Army were both military and political. They reflected the deep ethnic divisions and the collapse of federal institutions. The JNA's inability to act as a neutral peacekeeper and its role in escalating violence contributed to the tragic wars that devastated the region.